Hello, friends. It's October the 22nd, Friday, and actually exactly 70 days left in 2021. So that's exciting. That means those who started in the beginning with us have been doing it for 30 days, a whole month. I hope you're seeing progress. I know I am seeing progress. Ed, you seeing progress?
Absolutely. It's definitely keeping me on my toes.
That's good. That's good. And I know, Ed and I try to talk a few times a week to just encourage each other to keep progressing. So a little bit what we want to talk about today is just when you're having those hard days where you're not seeing progress, where you're not feeling like doing anything, what what can you do? I had a little poem that I actually read this morning. I was going to read first, and then we could talk a little bit about it. It's called "Don't Quit." When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're traveling seems all uphill, when funds are low and debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing down a bit, rest if you must, but do not quit, because you never can tell how close you are, though it may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the job when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that you just can't quit. Uh, John Whittier's, who's that attributed to? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, that's basically what we have to do. We all have those days. We all have times when we want to quit, but those are the days that if you push through, you focus on your goals, you can still make it. So, Ed, is there anything when you're having a day you don't feel like pushing towards your goals, any kind of thoughts you have, any kind of habits you have for those days?
Absolutely. I feel like that on most days. Every day can be a struggle for me, especially with PTSD. So some days I wake up and I'm sure many people feel you're just not feeling yourself and you can't explain why. You just can't seem to get on track. So one of the things that I do is I sit down by myself and I do my breathing. That really helps me focus on what can I control. Is the problem that I'm seeing, is it truly something that needs to be addressed? Or is it something that I'm manifesting so that I can deal with it right then? Okay, I'm manifesting this problem. I can't actually address it at this time, so let's leave it there and move on to the next thing. And sometimes that can help you get out of a rut.
That's very good advice. I was trying to think of you just remind me of the Bible verses, be joyful in all circumstances. And I think people confuse joy with happiness. Happy, being happy, is a matter of circumstances a lot of times, where being joy is just having that in your heart that, no matter what happens, you can seek God, you can overcome.
Right, and you are the only one that knows your true feelings, or your deepest, darkest fears. You are the only person that knows that. So a lot of times your mind will manifest these things that aren't actually happening around you, and it'll make you look at certain situations like you're completely helpless. But if you really
Mm.
take a second to look at the situation, no matter what it is, health, finances, relationships, a lot of the times there's not a solution, so you can drop it and move on to the next thing because you got to let God take care of those things. Or there's a simple solution that you just haven't seen yet because your emotions are blocking your rational mind from finding that answer.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, mental health, anybody, honestly, before having conversations with you, and then my wife Erica, she had some mental health issues the last couple of years. And before you actually know someone or experience it yourself, I know it's a hard thing to grasp, but it's absolutely real, and exactly what you said. Capturing those thoughts, and then if you can't control them, then moving them to the side.
Yeah,
Um,
and sometimes you have to reach out and ask for help. That was the hardest thing for me, was just admitting that I couldn't deal with whatever like my inner self was facing. I needed somebody else to give me a crutch to be able to get through that path. And even sometimes sometimes there's just days that darkness will hit me more than other days, and I have to rely more on God on those days.
Absolutely. Even yesterday, when I was having a little bit of a bad day, my my inclination was I didn't want to talk to anybody. You know, I want to isolate myself. But fortunately, I had a couple of interviews that I had to do, and speaking with people lifted my spirits. You know, it has to be positive people. You have to keep positive people in your life. It's if you know someone's going to bring you down, of course, that's probably not the person you need to be talking to. But definitely connecting with people when you don't feel like it, when you're, you know, someone just to share your feelings with that can listen, definitely helps.
Yeah, and they don't even necessarily need to give you a solution. Sometimes, like you said, you just need somebody to listen and to hear yourself say it. Sometimes you come up with the solution all by yourself whenever you're saying it.
Yep, that's very true. And then, you know, if you have a supportive spouse, a family member, someone who's nearby that you can give a hug to, I think that's powerful as well.
Yeah, it's something that COVID-19 really sent on a tidal wave is that human connection. You know, the isolation that everybody feels. Even if you are going to a regular job, which, you know, some people are blessed to still be doing that. You know, there's still that tension in the workplace where you feel like sometimes you can't connect with the people that you're with every day. So just having that, even one person in any space that you go to that you feel like you can connect with and really communicate with. You know, you don't have to spill everything to them, but, you know, if you're stuck in a certain area and you feel like you can communicate that clearly with somebody, it's always a good idea to try.
Absolutely. I just want to end with saying, I know Ed, he's been through, like you said, the PTSD. He's learned to deal with a lot of that. If any of you have struggles, he's more than happy to talk with you there. I you know, have been by Erica's side through some mental health issues. I'm happy to be there for you. I know she would be happy to talk to you. If anybody needs help out there, needs someone to talk to, somebody to help them through a hard time, we're all here for you. And I hope this whole community that we've tried to establish, you feel comfortable there, and you know, reach out. If we can't help you, we can definitely. There's people in the community that can.
Absolutely. And you always remember, never quit. Never, ever quit.
So, all right. God bless you guys. You have a great weekend. We'll stay in touch. We'll try to get a recording next week, and keep going towards your goals. 70 days left, 30 days down. You're 30% of the way there. So,
thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep up the great work.